This rarely seen ritual is the flensing of a whale, or tohora, and in Te Ao Māori, its passing is connected to another ancient taonga, the Kauri tree. 1 hour northwest of Whangarei in Northland is Moerewa, and at its heart is Ōtiria Marae with its new clinic, Hoho Te Rongoā. It's one of 3 government-funded clinics in the mid-north, offering rongoā Māori, traditional Māori healthcare to whānau in the area. The man behind it is Tohe Ashby, one of many tohunga rongoā experts, reviving these ancient practices in modern Aotearoa.
Ko ngaro te wāhi e mena ki te ako tēne me te rongo, iaha ki tēne me te rongo. Ne? Iaha ki te rarāko, iaha ki ngā makahua I roto te rongo ka puta he oranga mū. Ne huera me kato ko ngaro ki.
Lost through colonisation and the Tohunga Suppression Act, an act intended to stop people using traditional Māori healing practices.
Ka ngaro katoa o tātou tohunga. We tai, e mautunu hi wa rātou mātauranga, e mate me wa rātou mātauranga. We tai, haere ki raro mahi e mahi tunu no wa rātou mai.
From childhood, Ashby was taught the right plants to harvest and how to use them to treat sick whānau. His own ancestor was the last tohunga to hold sacred teaching sessions near Waitangi before the Suppression Act made it illegal in 1907. Over 4 decades, Ashby has shared his rongoā Māori knowledge with his communities and iwi. Song, massage and plant-based medicines to help Māori reconnect and restore their well-being.
Ko hau ko te whenua ko hau. Ko taku here tēne ki runga ia papa tuanuku rawa korangi. Nā koia ta tātou here ki wēne ki wa tātou rāko, ke kaua tātou e warwari, ko rātu ko tātou katoa tēnā.
Understood through whakapapa, genealogy, the god of the forest, Tāne Mahuta, created the forest and birds. Tohora or whales were then created, the whale regarded as the younger brother to the Kauri tree. For Māori, Kauri like Tāne Mahuta behind me are regarded as an ancestor, this ancestral traditional bond going back thousands of years, with Māori having an interconnected relationship with the natural world and its resources. Part of why kaitiakitanga guardianship is so important for Māori.
Nā rere te atua, e tāne. Nā rere ko tēne mātu ngā uri whakatupu e hara mai nei ki te wainganui to tātene rākau te kauri.
This kauri beneath Mount Manaia at Whangarei Heads is estimated to be 1,000 years old, and it's one of 100 that Ashby and his collaborator, Tohunga Hori Parata of Ngāti Wai, have treated with rongoā for 4 years, and they claim the ancient medicine is working.
I said, let's see if we can make that ground up whalebone and the oil like a poultice and put it on it there and see what it'll suck that ngārarai out.
Like a traditional form of blood and bone or seaweed fertiliser, the pair applied a topical cream made out of sperm whale bone and spermaceti oil to the bark of the tree. They companion planted and sprayed a traditional mānuka and kānuka rongoā on the soil around the sick kauri. Scientists have found that flavonoids from kānuka do inhibit phytophthora, which causes kauri dieback.
Everyone tends to think Mānuka is the magic, but that was actually Kānuka, that was the, I guess, the dirty little secret.
The result, emphasising the value of using mātauranga Māori in the response to kauri dieback. And the government is listening. This year, Biosecurity New Zealand's Kauri Protection Agency, Te Akina Kauri, allocated 32% of its funding directly to mana whenua, and for the first time, the government has allowed them to lead the on-ground surveillance of all Kauri lands.
We believe we have the rongoā to heal our kauri.
JC Tipene Thomas is the rongoā Māori lead for Kauri Ora, a Northland mana whenua group aimed at eradicating kauri dieback.
A fundamental part of kauri ora is the mātauranga and rongoā aspect of it, and so we've had wānanga on everything from, te timatanga right through to treatment and monitoring of our kauri using rongoā Māori.
So if the cure comes from mātauranga, or kei te pai, it's great. Personally, I don't care where the cure comes from.
Mātauranga Māori, or Indigenous knowledge, handed down intergenerationally. Knowledge Stephen Sewell says was recently given equal weighting by both DOC and Biosecurity New Zealand. He's DOC's operations manager for the Kauri Coast.
I feel quite privileged and grateful to actually be part of the journey and actually to have iwi leading in that space, because they have the intrinsic generational knowledge, having lived in the forest and understand the forest intimately.
It's not just knowledge of the forest that Māori know intimately, but the sea too. This is a practice rarely seen, the ancient sustainable tradition of harvesting a dead whale for its bone and oil. A practice shrouded in mystery that, just like the kauri and tohora, was once common but now faces the threat of extinction. Remember the traditional whakapapa story and the link between kauri, tohora and people? Brothers on land before the whale moved into the sea. Millennia on, Parata says it still feels like losing a family member. Puhi Wairangi, the name given by the local iwi Ngāti Hei of Mercury Bay, named after the lands on which the 16-metre sperm whale washed ashore, the first one seen on these tribal lands in a century. Regarded as a gift from Tangaroa, the god of the sea, the sperm whale returning to his paternal homeland to his brother Kauri and Tāne Mahuta, the god of the forest.
Tangaroa has gifted us this. Now we can sort of, carry on customarily, culturally. Hugely significant for us all.
The difference is our two paradigms. To them, it's just a whale. To us, it's a whanaunga.
The blubber is flensed down into workable pieces to be rendered down to oil, the spermaceti, or waxy substance inside the sperm whale's head, collected and rendered into a high-grade oil, liquid gold, claimed to have medicinal properties and used in rongoā.
I make creams and utilise other rongoā, and it preserves my rongoā longer.
The spermaceti is mixed with crushed whale bone as the topical cream used to treat sick kauri. Blake Te Kata is a new generation of Mātauranga Māori and rongoā practitioners, guided by both Parata and Ashby. He says he has found his calling.
It's your chemist is your ngāhere is you.
Since 2017, the government has committed $100 million to combat kauri dieback. But for these rongoā Māori practitioners, it's not about resources, it's about restoring the kauri through ancient practices and kaitiakitanga, guardians of the kauri and the whale.
Well, oil is not the sum total of the medicine. The medicine is whanaungatanga. The medicine is aroha. All of those things that we're meant to be practicing. Hey, that's kaitiaki o ngā taonga tuku iho.
Te Whatu Ora, the Ministry of Health, is considering an increase in funding for Northland rongoā clinics and expansion into areas not serviced. It is also working with the Māori Health Authority on a therapeutic products bill that it says will protect rongoā Māori for future generations.
Ko wareware kia tātou ki te hoki mai ki roto te ngahere, ki te āta rongo ki te tātou ngahere e kōrerona. Ka rongo tātou ki ngā manu e tio maina, ka rongo tātou a tāwhiri mā te haka kurikuri ana te ngahere, e ngake kia ana wa tātou rākau, e awa, e rere ana, e kōrero ana rātu katoa, e kōrero katoa rātu. Oina ko te mea kei rakau ke tātou e tino rongoana.